Hello there, my name is Fumilayo and I welcome you to day 28 of the Python programming. I'm in shock myself. I'm surprised. I didn't think we'll get this far. But today is day 28 and today we will be talking about Itertools. I'm sure you're wondering, what are Itertools? If you've never heard of it before, then you're in luck. If you've heard of it before and you just want to brush up on your knowledge, this is the video to see. So let's begin. To day 28, 2022, day 28 of programming. And today we're talking about Itertools. Itertools functions are necessary for efficient looping. So it is a standard library in Python that offers a suite of functions to create iterators for efficient looping. These functions are great for working with data in an iterative way and can handle infinite sequence, combinations, and all. So let me show you. If you have not heard of Itertool, the first thing you have to do is to import it. And then the first Itertool function we'll be looking at is count. And count, when you use itertool.count, what you have to do is you're specifying the starting point of your count. So let me show you. Let me show you using a for loop because it involves looping and the rest. So imagine we have this for loop. For I in itertool.count 5. This simply means I want to count from 5. I want my count to begin at 5. This is my starting point. And then if I is greater than 10, I want it to break. Otherwise, I want it to print I. So if I is not greater than 10, then it will continue until forever. So let's run this. So you see, it starts at 5 and then it gets to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So when I is then greater than 10, then it breaks and then it doesn't go to 11 anymore. So we're starting at 5 and then we're ending at 10. This is the basic itertool function for count. It returns an infinite sequence of number starting from a specific value. So if I put here like if I is greater than 100, then I want it to stop and then it keeps running until it gets to 100 where it finally stops. The next thing that we'll talk about is cycle. Cycle creates an infinite loop over values of iterables. So let me show you, for example, we want to. So we first have our counter. Our counter is 0, and then we want to loop through A, B, and C. And then we want to print out each item and increase the counter by 1. But when counter gets to 5, we want it to stop. So this is what we're doing. First we have counter 0 and then it goes through A, B, and C and then it prints out A. And then we increase the counter by 1 and then it goes through A, B, and C, it prints B. And then we increase the counter by 1 again. So now the counter is now 2. It goes and prints C. We'll increase the counter again. And then when the counter gets to greater than 5, then it stops. So it keeps going each of them over and over and over again until it breaks. So if I increase like this 5, for example, to let's say 10, so it just keeps going. So it's for 0 and then B 1, 2, and then it goes to the beginning because it's done with everything in the list, and then it continues until it gets to 10 and then it breaks. And that's because we specified this to break, otherwise it will just continue looping till the end of time. Not exactly, but you get my point. So cycle function creates an infinite loop over a value of iterables, and that's what I've done here. And then we have the repeat function. So our Itertools has count, it has circle, and it has repeat. So we want to repeat an object for a specific number of times or infinitely. So if you don't specify a number, it will continue to repeat it infinitely. So for example, to use our itertool.repeat. So we have for the item in Python, we want to repeat it 3 times. So we want to print out Python 3 times. You always have to write iter2 dot the function that you want to use. So iter2 dot cycle, iter2 dot count, and iter2 dot repeat. So we have Python, and then we specify the number of time that we want to repeat this. So when you run this, you see Python appears 3 times. But if I make, like, for example, 13, it appears 13 times. The next one that we want to do is the combinatoric function. That is, using the product, it returns the Cartesian product of the input iterables, and you can specify how many times you want it to repeat. Let me show you a quick example. I can only explain this with an example. So see, we want to get the Cartesian products between these two lists. What that means is that we want to get 1 and A, we want to get 1 and B, we want to get 2 and A, and we want to get 2 and B. So by using itertools.product, it's like, I think there's something we call in high school like cross multiplication or so. So this multiplies this, and this goes there, and this comes here, and this comes here. Something kind of like that. And then for item in this, we then want to print out item. So if I run this, you see we have 1 and A, 1 and B, 2 and A, and 2 and B. So that's how you use the iter2 product. And then we have permutation. Permutation, we learned in high school that it returns all the possible permutation of an iterable. And then we can specify the length of the permutation that we want to do. So now let me show you a quick example of iter2 permutation. So if you don't remember what permutation is, it's like every way that you can rearrange this. So first we have 1, 2, 3, and then we have 1, 3, 2, and then you have 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, and the rest like that. So when you run this, you see these are different ways that the numbers can be rearranged in the list. So they can be in different position. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, and the rest. And then combination. And then combination returns all the possible combination of the iterable with a specific length without you repeating the element. So imagine this, I have iter2.combination, and then I have 1, 2, 3. This is my iterable, and then this is the number of lengths. So that means I will have how many times, how many arrangement I can have if, and then it has to be 2 lengths. I can have 1, 2, I can have 2, 1. No, it then without repeating the element. So 1, 2, and 2, 1. That is the same thing repetition. So 1, 2, 1, 3, and 2, 3. So if I run this, you see this is what we have. What if I add 4 to it? And then let's run this. Run. So you see we then have 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. And then you can increase this. 3. And then you see 1, 2, 3. So you see we have 1, 2, 3. We cannot have 3, 2, 1 again because then that will be repetition. So it returns all the possible combination of an iterable of a specified length without repeating the element. So this is the simple basic iter2 function. We can do count. Count is by we're specifying the value to start counting from. Circle, we're creating like an infinite loop over the variable. And then repeat, then we can repeat for a specific number of time, and then it will repeat infinitely if there's no number specific. And then you can do combinations, different combinations that the two lists can appear. And then no, this is product, not combination, product. And then this is permutation, and then this is combination. So this is Itertools in Python. That's it for this video. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, to share, and to leave a comment. And the link to the notebook that we worked on is available in my GitHub. Link is in the description. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.